this particular lecture, what are we trying to do? Well, we're trying to understand the business problem and to devise a computer-based system that will help deal with that problem. So that's what we as a software development industry are trying to do. There are requirements and constraints of the business problem regardless of any solution to that problem. Okay? Now, we're trying to understand what needs to be done in order to help the business deal with the business problem. And we develop a computer or a computer-based tool to help with that problem. So our job is to discover what requirements, what is the system we're trying to build, what is it required to do? Software systems need precision. Humans can interpret general guidance according to the circumstances. Computers can't. We have common sense. We know what makes sense in the circumstances, and we can take some general guidelines and interpret them in the circumstances and know when something's an exception. A computer can't do that. Humans are able to interpret qualitative words like fast or close to, or the Japanese word is gurai. Gurai is approximately, and the approximately is interpreted according to the circumstances. When you're dealing with the internal components of a precision machine, then fractions of a millimeter might be gurai. But if you're dealing with so many tons of earth to make an airport runway, then 10 tons might be gurai. We are able to interpret these things according to the circumstances. Human processes tend to deal with the main case. So when you've got standard operating procedures, for example, a lot of the times you'll see the main case expressed, and a lot of the potential exceptions are not dealt with in the standard operating procedure. That is a characteristic of any time you get standard operating procedures or any procedures, they tend to grow to cope with all these different circumstances as people try to specify more and more precisely and more encompassingly just exactly what to do at any one time. Software systems, unfortunately, are like your worst pedantic nightmare. They need to know exactly what to do for all circumstances, and that is a problem. Now, understanding the business problem, the client knows the business, but not what a computer can do. Now they might know something about a computer, but their specialty is their business, not the computer. The software engineer, on the other hand, may know what the computer can do, but not necessarily what the business problem is and what the business is trying to do. Again, the computer engineer might have some pretty good clues, but let's at least reserve the client's area of expertise for the client. The software engineer does have to understand the business problem well enough to implement a technical solution. But the IT system does provide a tool that people can use to perform a function or a series of tasks that help solve the business problem. So let's get this clear. We, with the software system, are not solving the business problem. We are producing a tool that somebody can use to help solve the business problem. Your job as a software engineer is to understand what the tool is, what it must do, and then how to develop it. That's your job. So in summary, we need to understand the user problem well enough to know what to build. And the computer needs precision. It can't deal with just guidelines.